You get your track blown off, dude. So, boom, you're dead. Let's see. So, yep. See, now he's tracked out in the open. And that's another reason you don't go sideways. Not really sure. Hey guys, welcome back to dungeongurunet. This is another what also known as John. Do another strategy series for you this week, as I do every week. And this week I'm doing the ARL 44, which is a French tier 6 medium heavy on the heavy line. And let's just look at the tech tree real fast for the French. It's right here. And next up would be the 1945 and onwards. So this tank is actually really awesome. The gun is amazing with a 212 pen gun. The damage is 240, which is not really great, but it's really good for a tier 6. So this thing is definitely a force to be reckoned with, and that's what I love about this tank, is the gun is so amazing. It's the best tier 6 gun, I'm pretty sure, on any tier 6 tank. How you play this tank is, since the armor is really bad, you definitely play a pop-out game with this thing. Shoot it at higher tier tanks when they're not looking at you, try to flank them a little bit, try to do pincer moves on people and stuff like that, and that's kind of how you play this game. It's pretty self-explanatory if you know that. And that's because, let's go to the stats. 820 hit points, about middle of the pack. M6 has a little higher, but the Russian tanks have a little bit less, or even with this. 750 horsepower engine, pushing 47 tons. Not too bad. It's pretty quick. It's not speedy, but it's not sluggish. It's pretty decent. 37 speed limit. Yeah, you probably get in the 30s. 20 traverse. This is actually the poorest part of this tank. Well, one of the worst parts of this tank is the traverse is really low. 20 traverse with the top tracks and 20. On the turret, so 42 is it. You don't turn very fast. You can get circled really easily. So just don't get in people's face unless you can take them out and you know it, and they can't get around you. So here's why you have to play pop out. 120 whole armor and 45 on the side and back. That is pretty bad. Now that's decent right here, but 80 on the turret is really bad. You can shoot right through the flat part of that turret. It's really easy. Or obviously on the sides. If you get to the sides of the back of this tank, you're pretty much dead. Let's see, 330 view range is okay for a tier 6. It's not really good or anything, but it'll get you through the game. Besides, you're not going to really probably won't be spotting much anyway. You're kind of a brawler in this tank. I mean, you can kind of snipe, but the gun aims a little slow, and it's not super accurate, so you kind of want to get it kind of close in people's face, and so 330 view range is fine. 750 signal range on the radio is really awesome. It's got a tier 10 radio, and I believe you take this all the way up the line, so this is you get your end radio right here. Let's look at that really quickly. So it's the 528F. Let's see, 528F. Well, we don't care about that one. Yep, see, it's already unlocked. So that's pretty sweet. You get your tier 10, you get your tier 9 radio already, and so the radio is pretty awesome. So awesome radio. You start out with a decent radio of 400. It's not great, but it'll get you there. 400's okay, but that 750 meter radio is awesome. Track upgrade is really not that great, but anything to get you past this 18 is nice. You're going to need it for the larger gun, the big gun on the tanks. So you're going to have to get it eventually, but not right away, and we'll talk about that when we talk about the tech tree. The engine, 575 is okay. It's not quick. It's actually a little sluggish with 575. It's going to be hard to move around with the engine. With this 575 engine, but you'll get it. I mean, that's a heavy tank. That's kind of the way they are. If you've driven Russian heavies, then this will be normal for you. 750 horsepower engine really makes this thing kind of speedy. For a heavy, it gets around pretty quick. It does get you into the 30s, and it's a really nice engine. The first turret, I just want to show it to you real quick. Requires another gun. Let's see. The first turret is ridiculously large. It does have more armor on the front and the sides. It turns a little slower, but look at this. It's gigantic. As Darkling said, it's a house on wheels at this point. And look at the cupola on that thing. It's ginormous. So you're going to definitely want to get that turret pretty quick. And I'll show you in the tech tree how you're going to do that anyway. But yeah, that first turret sucks. The tank is a little hard to play stock. You have to be really careful and be smart when you play it. The gun is still decent, but it's really because it's so slow, turns so slow, and the turret's so huge. Guns, you'll start out with this DCA 90mm 30, DCA 30 90mm from the BDR G1B, and it's a pretty decent gun. I mean, 135 pen, 240. You might have to, against tier 8s and 9s and stuff, you're going to have to flank, but it's not that bad. You can get it through pretty easily. And then you're going to upgrade to this 170 pen gun, and that's a noticeable difference. You're going to have a lot more fun once you get that. And that's going to help you unlock a lot of other things, especially this DCA 45. But the 170 is pretty nice pen. Now, when you unlock this 45, 212 pen is ridiculous on the tier 6. I mean, you can go up against, I go up against tier 9s, no problem. 240 damage, that's probably the only weakness to it. But if you've driven a tiger, then this is no big deal. So that's all the modules. Let's do some research. Here's the ARL tech tree, and the first thing you're going to notice when you get this thing is nothing's really unlocked. The only thing that should be unlocked is the DCA 30, and that's because that's from the BDR-G1B, so you can throw that on right away. And there is a couple other things that will be unlocked if you've done the light and medium line of the French. At the 1375, you should unlock the radio. At the 1390, you should unlock this F3. And if you have the Lorraine, you should have the DCA 45 and the engine already unlocked. So you'll have a few unlocks if you've gone really far up the light medium line. If you don't, though, you're only going to have the DCA 30 unlocked. So what you're going to want to do is, you can't get the DCA 45 without upgrading the tracks, but you can get up to this F3. So what I would do is go turret and F3 immediately, then I would get the tracks. After the tracks, I would go for the DCA 45. Once you get that, unlocking other stuff is actually not too difficult. I would go with the engine next to get that speed. After the engine, I would probably get the radio and throw the radio on. Lastly, I would get this 105 just to clear everything out. Then I would go for the 45, and then everything's unlocked. You can move on, and you'll just be off to the side, and let's get on with it. Alright, back. Let's do equipment. I don't put equipment until it's tier 7, but if I did, and what I'm going to do with the 45 and above is I'm going to put the large caliber rammer, I'm going to put the vent on there, and since you're going to be moving around and shooting people and then getting out of the fight when you're going to reload, I put the laying drive on because this thing does have really low, the aiming speed on it's pretty bad, and shooting on the move you're going to want to have a tight reticle or have an aiming time that's not too bad when you stop to shoot. I mean, I don't know if you get the vert stab. I think you do. If you get the vert stab, then just wait. I mean, I'm not going to buy this probably right now anyway. If you get the vert stab unlocked at tier 10, then buy that instead of the lane drive. So, ammo, 42 and 8. You could even go with 6 HE and 40, what would that be? 4 HE and 48 AP. I never run out of AP rounds, though. You really rarely should, but that's a little too much HE for my blood, especially with 212 pen. Consumables, I only put the tracks on, or the small repair kit on there during tiers 5 and 6. Tier 7 and above, I put a full rack of consumables, and that's just because it's kind of counterproductive to put those kind of expensive consumables on such a tank that's so cheap, and you really want it to make some money for you, so I don't put a lot of consumables on it. So that's this tank. Your crew is going to look like this. I have a really insane crew, and that's because, like you've seen from research, all these things cost a lot to research, and you don't start out with a lot of them. So you're going to be in this tank for a long time if you're going to unlock the whole thing until you get into the 1945. So your crew is going to be pretty beast, and that's actually kind of nice. When you move it up, you should have a really good crew. So let's get this thing to some battles. Okay, so this is Fisherman's Bay. It's a pretty awesome map. My wife's flipping me off. I know you guys love her. This is not really a new map or anything. Stop, babe. But it is one of the newer maps since they started adding maps anyway. This is a really, really awesome map. Generally in a heavy, I tend to go city, and that's because if you need heavies in the city to stop the other enemy's heavies, because heavies have a tendency to push. If they don't find anything blocking them, they're just going to keep pushing and pushing, and they're going to go right to your cap, and the game's going to be over. A lot of teams make the mistake of their heavies going to the 1 or 2 line, which is more of a defender line, and they'll sit there and camp, and then they get surrounded. So if you're a heavy, you need to go to the city. Now, this game is going to show you what you can do as a tier 6 when you're top tank in this thing. It's pretty amazing. I mean, it's a pretty amazing tank anyway, but it's really amazing when you're top tier. And this is kind of what we call a facial scrub back in the day. And if you know what that means, if you've ever heard of that, then you're old as dirt like me. And you should be... Babe, I'm trying to record. So, anyway, I've got an easy 8. That guy's a 3 shots to kill. He's really easy. No problem with his armor. So I'm just kind of camping out, waiting for the enemy heavies to show up a little bit. I generally like to wait to see where they are before I start just going at it, because if I rush in there, I'm going to get swamped by like 3 of them, no doubt. It happens every time. So I'm in position, and I'm waiting for them to pop out. Now this M6 is, I don't know what he's doing, trying to get around me. He needs to leave, I guess, go somewhere else. Don't want to have too many of your big guys in one spot anyway, so... Okay, so, KV1. For some reason, these guys are still very, very bouncy. Well, I hit him and it didn't do anything, so whatever. Easy 8's gonna get a shot, but it just bounces. Here we go. BAM! Look at that. Myself and the M6 taking that guy out pretty easy. It was nice. So you gotta be really careful right here. You do not want to be coming out like this trying to play pop-out game in an easy 8. You need to be flanking with that tank. In fact, I usually go more closer to the city in the center with an easy 8, try to flank. Their other heavies really should be pushing around. They're just kind of sitting there. Well, I guess they're fine. I'd probably kill the guys at E7 if I was their team. Looks like they're hitting him a little bit. What do we got over here anyway? An easy 8 and a Hellcat. So the M6 is pushing up. I figure, you know what, this is not a bad idea. I don't see any guys coming up the lane. A lot of times you'll see guys coming up, or some guys will be off over here, and they'll start shooting at whoever pops out right here. So, I think this is a good idea, though. They seem very, they're hanging way back. The one thing he doesn't do good is he pops out straight out like that. You're gonna get your track blown off, dude. So, boom, you're dead. Let's see. So, yep. See, now he's tracked out in the open, and that's another reason you don't go sideways. Not really sure what this guy's doing, but he's a major threat, so let's put some damage into him. Doesn't seem to be doing anything, though. Now he's calling for help. Well, you should angle your armor on the way out there. So even though... Oh, yeah, this guy's... I don't even... Maybe he's AFK. Because at least then, even if you get trapped... Well, then I do it, but I really just wanted to kill that guy. Plus, I still have my repair kit. So, I mean, if you have your repair kit, you can pop out real fast to blow someone away. And I think that's somebody's kid. It's like a 5-year-old or something. Killed my gunner? See? Nice bounce off the KV-1. I probably hit him in the mantlet or something. So, they're surrounding us a little bit. What's this over here? N36? Apparently, I'm not too worried about it. So, now it's 2v1. So, I'm just going to wait for them to pop out. Because I'm not going to go up against 2 tanks. Even though one's a KV-1. Bam, you're dead. Or not dead, but I jacked him up pretty good right there. He did get a hit on me, though. M8, A1, not really worried about this guy. Remember, I could have shot at that guy, but he's not much of a threat. There's 2 other tanks that are much more of a threat. And they're both one shot from death. So I really need to pick my shots. Okay, here comes the 85 trying to psych me out right there. I'm not taking a bait. Next time he does that, I'm going to shoot him right in the turret ring. He's not coming out? Come on, bro. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Facial scrub! Okay, the KV-1 I just shot, so he's coming out. He does not pen. Probably shot me in the hole. Should have shot me in the turret. And... boom! Go home, tier 5. M8A1, you're mine now, dude. I don't know what that M6 is doing. It's gotta be somebody's kid. It's probably like a 4-year-old. You know that stuff happens. 12-4. This is a raffle stomp in your face. This is definitely a one-shot, but without a gunner, yeah, that should have still hit him. He's not that far away. I don't know what happened there. With 100% crew, that should have been a sure shot. So this is a wild card. Even though it's not really a threat, I'm going to take him out because it could become a threat. He could just be screwing with us, so we won't kill him. So I'm going to take him out anyway. There we go. Well, the other guy did. Okay, just 1 tank left now, no problems. Pretty fun little game here. It's kind of a dirt fest. I mean, they didn't really have a chance, but there's a lot of games like this. Bam! You're dead. So, 5 kills, decent game, decent game. 1,500 point game, pretty awesome. I got a sniper and killed 5, damaged 2, and detected 1. 12 out of 14 shots, pretty good. So this is a great game. This is what you can do with this tank when you're top tier. And so let's get another one. Now, this is more like what you're going to get in this tank, and this is actually not a really bad game. I get a lot of tier 10 games in this tank. I don't know why. I think it's the 212 penetration gun. This thing gets really bad matchmaking. I mean, for a tier 6. It didn't used to get this, so I think it was a stealth nerf in a patch or something like that. Because it used to get great matchmaking, and now it gets horrible matchmaking. I've been in games, I'm not kidding you, with 8 tier 10s in the game. So I don't even know what I'm supposed to do in that kind of a game, but whatever. Maybe try to flank, I guess. Now on this map, on Prokvorka, I think that's what it is, I always go, if I'm in a heavy, to 7-8 because you need heavies over here. A lot of heavies will go 1-2, and they'll camp. And when you're in a heavy, you cannot camp. There are a couple of sniper tanks that you can camp in, but here's IS-8. Very, very few and far between. Like the low, I guess, if there's a lot of heavies on your team, and maybe the Tiger. Everybody else should be pretty much attacking if you're in a heavy. I do sit back a little bit here and snipe, and that's just because I'm kind of small. And my gun can still hit guys. But I don't have a lot of hit points, so I need to make sure I don't die. See how slow this thing aims? It's pretty bad. So let's see if I can get a shot. He's probably going to come back. That should have hit him. I don't know. Must have hit the rock. Can't let a guy scout right there. So as soon as we see what's up here, I'll probably push up. What do we got over here? So see, we got a lot of big tanks going to 7-8. That's good. Lots of tier 9s. We do have a lot of camping heavies. That's never a good sign. The M103's coming over here. What's this other guy? KV3. He's no problem. I think I hit him, but I'm not positive. It's good XP for me if I did, though. It's tier 9. Again, the point when you're this low in the totem pole is to stay alive, especially if you have a gun that can pen guys. You know, you don't need to be a Rambo. You just need to support. We got an IS up here, no problem. So 2 tier 7s. What's over here? What's going on over here? 2 M103s. Those things are fast. They're pushing hard on that side. And we got a Tiger 2 holding them off. This guy's getting close to dying. Can't believe it hit him. I have 100% crew in this. I don't know what's going on. That should have hit. Bad accuracy, I guess. Let's see if I can... I didn't get him. Somebody shot him before I did. Must have been 10 guys shooting at the guy. So, I'm going to wait till they creep up a little more. Wow, we took out the guy I was going to shoot. Alright. 4 to -1. Awesome. We're getting beasted in this game, guys. I don't think we're going to win. I think they got us in this game. Alright, so let's creep up a little bit. Ooh. SU-152. Really horror bad tank destroyer if it gets shot off on you anyway. That can ruin your day, man. But I probably wouldn't hit that guy, so never mind. Just seeing the top of him right there. T-34's up there too. That's an okay spot for T-34. The problem with it is, I mean, you can get hull down, but the gun is very inaccurate. It's probably better than being in the city, though. You shouldn't hide the hole up there. It's got really good gun depression, unlike that Russian TD. And that's because the Russian style is just attack, 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 and Americans are have defensive capabilities in mind, so they want to have that gun depression so you can do hull down maneuvers. E27 coming up. I hate those things. It's funny, I thought this was a Tiger 2. So I can get a shot on his side. They have really weak sight on them. Bam! Just like that. Now, I'm going to probably get juiced. That's probably a bad idea. I should be hiding. What am I doing? Hide! Okay, you got trapped. Let's get some damage on this guy. Let's get him out of the game. Oh, see? Because it was angled, I didn't go through. Oh, here he comes. He's gonna get a shot off on me. Come on, baby. Damn, no damage. He bounced. It's weird. Scott, I think he has an upgraded gun. Right in the lower plate in the corner. Nice. Nice. So what do we got here? IS-8. He should be easy to kill. It's 11-1. We're definitely going to win this game. I mean, if they won this, that would be awesome. I'd post this every day on Saturday for a week if they won this game. So get ready for it, because they're going to win. So get ready for this game 4 times next 4 Saturdays, guys. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be the same video every time. I'm not even going to record it from different angles. Obviously, just kidding. I want to get the butt shot on this guy, but everybody's gunning for him now that he's the last guy. 10 hit points. He can do it. He can totally win this game. If he doesn't win, he sucks. Oh my god, what a noob. I'm just kidding. I can't wait to play the IS-8 more. So another good game, 891 XP. Not as much as I got on the other game, because when you're lower tier, you just have to play a little more cautious. So I didn't get as many opportunities to shoot at guys. But hey, I like that repair bill. 0. That's pretty awesome. So all I did was damage 2 guys, but I still got a lot of XP, and that's because that's 2 tier 9s right there. And so I did hit that M103, that one shot over there. So still pretty good game. I can still consider this a good game because look at that XP, 900. So anyway, I hope you like this tank. Let me know what you think about it, and I'll see you guys next time.